Okay, Edwina, we're good. We're recording.
Okay, right.
Hi, Jofia.
Right.
Hi, sorry I'm late. Had to put kids to bed.
I understand.
Okay, today we're talking about leveraging events. So Trish actually showed a slide during the last meeting, and I thought was quite good because she put in perspective where the A-list, local events, and big events come together, and why we should channel people down the whole spiral. So maybe you could talk about that because none of them saw this.
Talking about leveraging events?
Yeah. Today's
Yeah.
topic is leveraging.
Yeah, events are really, really, really critical. And the reason events are critical, whether they're online, like the one I'm doing every Thursday night there at 9 p.m. or in person, is because it provides social proof, social validation. You have other people, the people that you bring at any of these events, they get to hear other people talking about this, not just you. So when I introduce this to somebody, even though I'm a doctor, it doesn't matter. Being a doctor, if I'm able to convince somebody that this is real and they buy the product, I really didn't do a good thing. I got them on the product, but as far as duplication goes and having them be able to do what I did, if they're not a doctor, they'll feel like I can't do this. So I always introduce other people, whether it's a three-way phone call, is the first social proof because it's somebody else, or these events. And online events are the best way to start because it's quick. It doesn't take a lot of time. A person doesn't have to drive somewhere, half-hour driving, waiting for the meeting to start, an hour meeting, hour and a half, driving home. It's a 3-hour commitment to go to an event usually, where an online meeting is very, very quick. The only difference is, I think, sometimes is people have an in-home, people to their house, or for a cup of coffee with someone else there. But events are really important. So the way they're so important that you can see in what we've done, we've created let me put this up here. We've created all these live events on the Winfrastructure document. You can see these are events for associates, right? And these are events, that's for learning. But this is the important one. This is the ones for guests. And this provides social proof to these people, these are all online events, right? And then Facebook provides social proof too. You all are doing this ad tag message system, which really is working very, very, very well on Facebook. So again, just to show you the events, it's critical because we put this all in place, and you're putting those in place there, these events, and I'll explain the rhythm of the event in a minute, to provide that social proof. So here are all the ones that are going on this week. I went over that a minute ago. Here are a couple, this is from our team call last night. Here are just a couple local events happening near us on the East Coast in the US coming up soon. And here's yours. I had this up there because you've got Singapore right there. I mean, when you have a big event like this, and this is important, guys, you've got, 3 weeks for this happens. Everybody on your team, everybody that's here now watching this, the people that watch the recording, please, if you want to build a business and you want to have a big business and you want people to look back and say, wow, you were at the meeting with the very first time that the founder of the company was here, Tyler Norton, the very first time the CEO, Charles Funke, the very first time the president, Jaron Webb, you were at that meeting in April of 2018. People are going to look back at that and say, you were so lucky. And the only way you're really lucky is if you do a lot between today, April 3rd and April 23rd, to get as many people there to that meeting, okay? And the way to do that is not to invite them to the meeting now and say, come to the meeting. The way to do it is to leverage the events that you have going on now. Leverage Edwina, you can mention the live events that you have that are going on. Let me pull this off. You can mention the events that are going on. But even my event on Thursday, because I'm going to talk about what's coming. I'm going to talk about Tyler Norton being there on the 23rd. And my job is to help drive your people to the next event. And so what we say is, what event should we tell people, invite people to? People always say that to me. What event? There's this, there's that. And I always say the same thing. Every diamond will say the same thing. The event that you invite people to is always the next event. The next event that's happening, that's what you invite people to. Because if you've got an event on this day, and then 3 days later there's another event, and you invite them to that one, what if they don't come? Now you've got to go another week. But if you invite them to this event and they don't come, there's another one 2 days later. Or if you invite them to this one and they like it, then they can invite more people to this event. And everything leads up right now. The ultimate is the convention, right? And that's in September. That's a big investment for people to come, okay? And it's the most important event. But right now, with Tyler Norton and Charles Funky and the president, and everybody's going to be in Singapore, you want to do as much as you can every single day to introduce this to people, to do your follow-up calls, to get people to the next event and invite them to the next one, and they can invite people to the next one. And I'll do my part. I will do extra meetings like this with people for you who you have interested, Zoom meetings, always promoting April 23rd. That's the power. And while you're at the events, don't just bring them in and set them down and just sit and watch what's going on. Introduce your guests to the other people there. Introduce them to each of you, right? That, you know, this is Edwina Lee, this is Susan Chia, this is Jofia, and introduce them to Chuck Funky, to Tyler Norton. You'll see people will be all around them. Get up so that if they do, even if it's so crowded that they can't meet them, hopefully they can hear what's going on. It's the best thing to do is have them shake their hand. It's worth the wait to do that. The people are going to look, I'm telling you, they're going to look back at this year, 2018, and the people that come in Malaysia next year, and the people that come in Indonesia, everybody's going to look back to, wow, you were there at the beginning. That's where we are right now, is the beginning. So does anybody have questions about anything that I said, how I can clarify anything, or do you need my help with extra events? I mean, I will do as many as you want in the evening between now and then, but I have to have guests there. I'm not going to do it if there's nobody there. If everybody says, you know, I'll have one guest, you do it on Thursday nights. Could you do one on Tuesday nights? Could you do one whenever? I'm happy to accommodate you because I know how valuable this is, getting people to that event on the 23rd.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yep. Yeah, it sounds like a very historical milestone.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Those of you who were at convention, I think on here, we've got Susan, Edwina, and Ewen. You were lucky enough to meet Tyler and Chuck Funky and Jerem and everybody, and so you got the big picture. You got the picture, right? There were 4 of you that came over, and 3 of them are on right now. The ones that get the big picture and get the good feel, not just the picture, but the feel of the people, and they know these are good people that are really there to help us. It's not about, hey, we're coming to Asia and we're going to make a lot of money, and wow, that's great. Of course, the company's going to do great in Asia, but it's a mission, and there's no way to really get that feel unless you meet people. Now, on Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoon here, which is Thursday in the middle of the morning for you all at 3 in the morning, every month the company does a call. It's called the In Touch call, and they do it every month, the first Wednesday of the month, and that gives people a taste of it. You can see it right here. That's what's going on this week because it's the first, and they're recorded. So you can go to AseaInTouch.com to get on there, and there are recorded ones so you can see. That gives people a feel for the people, the corporate side, the people who are involved, and they get a sense. But when they meet them, especially network marketers, when they meet the people that run this company, they know that this is something special. They know that that corporate is at the same level as the field, us. Most companies, corporate's here and field is down here. Here, we're even with them.
Mm.
So I'm going to find out the agenda for the meeting.
Yes.
Carl's over there right now. Let me just see if I can. Okay. One sec. I'm doing a webinar meeting with my team in Singapore, period. Do you know the agenda for the meetings in Hong Kong, comma, Singapore, comma, and Bangkok this month, question mark? And when will the meeting be in the Philippines, question mark? June, question mark. All right, so let's see. Um, um, with the founder, comma, CEO, comma, president, and you being there, comma, they will be great, period. Will there be diamond speaking as well, question mark? If so, comma, which ones, question mark?
Great.
Okay. All right, so I'll
Thank
see
you.
what he says. You bet.
Hey, David.
Yes.
When will the sauce be launching in Singapore?
After the convention.
So maybe the convention. Oh, after the convention. Okay.
Because right now, technically, Source is in pre-launch.
Or in
It's
pre-launch.
not officially, there it is, not officially
Right.
launched, but it will be there. And quite frankly, you know, launching a new country and having everything is a lot. I know you already know Redox works, but most people, 99.9% of the people in Singapore don't know that they can put this on and their pain goes away in a few minutes. So, you know, so it's coming.
Mm.
And it keeps it simpler for you actually, because it's a nice,
It's very simple. Yeah.
yeah, it's a nice add-on for us to add. But I'd rather start the company. I'm glad it happened the way it happened. So it's going to happen for you all the same way.
Yeah.
Mm.
The builders, the people who love Asea like crazy, are dying to get sauce.
I know.
It's not for themselves.
Well, it seems like my network marketing brother is looking into Asea.
Yeah, he's in Singapore.
Yeah. He's doing isotonics, I think. Is it?
Isogenics.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
what's that name? Arena?
Isogenics.
Can you remember? Yeah, I think so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was reading into Asea and he was saying, hey, this thing actually complements my supplement. I said, obviously, of course.
That's the best likely to bring that in. As they see, then like me, you jump boat.
Is he successful in it?
I'm not quite sure. I think he is doing the groundwork right now. So he's trying to build, I think, more legs. Definitely, he has already 2 legs in his own network company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I told him that my mom is on for more than 6 months and I'm dropping all her medicine, and he was like impressed. So he started suggesting some of his supplement to complement with mine to help my mom. So we see it working together quite well actually.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what you might consider doing is,
Yep.
let me put it in the chat bar here, hold on, to everyone. Why?
Joe, if he will go to Florida for a convention, he has enough commitment to pull over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's been in this business longer than me. He's aggressive. He's committed and aggressive. So
Yeah, he is.
I just put in there this video that probably would be a good thing for him to watch.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
This
The one
one.
with all the diamonds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Why we chose it, and that, and the Genesis video, because Tyler is
Yep.
coming. So anything you can show with Tyler, and the Genesis video, and
Yep.
have people, it could be just watch this video. I need your help, right? The company is coming here. The founder you see in this video is coming here on the 23rd, and I'm looking for people who are interested in either improving their health or making money. Could you watch this? And have them watch the Genesis video and set a time for follow-up, do a 3-way call, invite them to one of my webinars. And when they come, they are like Thursday. If everybody did that, today, it's late there now, but tomorrow and Thursday, and get people to just watch the Genesis video. It's 16 minutes, and ask for their help. Not say, hey, I want you to look at this because I want you to buy product. I want you to join. No, say, I need your help. There's a moment in time. This company is coming here. The founder, the CEO, the president. It's an 8-year-old United States company with an amazing product, and I need your help. I know you know people that would be interested. Could you please watch this video? Just 16 minutes, and give me 5 minutes tomorrow to follow up so you can tell me who you thought of. A lot of the people are going to think about themselves, right? And if you put in the link as well, my 6-minute video as well, whether it's 3 times in 5 minutes or 6 reasons, then you can say the guy you saw in that video, he's doing a webinar Thursday evening. So it's it's as many people. And if he wants to have a private conversation with me, just tell me. We can do a Zoom together, okay?
Okay.
I definitely want to talk to network marketers. I will make time to talk to network marketers because they understand this. And when they latch on to this, they tend to go faster.
Okay. I'll see how open he is.
Yeah. Well, with him, if you send him my 6-minute video, he probably will want to talk to me, most likely. Just tell him that you work very closely with me, and I'm on the medical professionals board. I'm an ambassador diamond, and network marketers like to hear that stuff. They want to talk to the top people. So what else do we want to talk about?
Okay, so who should come is basically networkers or existing builders, people who desire to do something about the Asea business, and to get as many referrals as we can using the video approach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least this gives us an angle to start work.
Yeah.
We talk about a rhythm of this business, and there is a rhythm to this business. You have to work it, and then once you've built it, you don't have to be working it as hard as you do, but you think about what the rhythm is. If you think about, there's a day-to-day activity, there's a weekly activity, there's a monthly or quarterly activity, there's a yearly activity, right? And the yearly activity, the event is the convention, right? That's the biggest one that there is, the convention, right? So that's the yearly event. But then when you start at the beginning, what's the daily event? What do you guys think the daily thing is? What?
The A-list.
Yeah, phone calls, calling people. It's inviting and following up. It's making the initial phone call and following up, having a list of names on Genie or listed who you're going to call, making phone calls and follow up 3-way phone calls. Those are the daily things. Then you've got your weekly event. Well, the one weekly event you have with me is Thursday night. So, but you also have what else is going on during the week, Edwina? What do you have live?
For the last 3 to 4 weeks, my live meetings have no turnout. I'm feeling very discouraged. But I do see enrollments, which means people are doing it on their own outside. Some of them do call me for 3-ways. I think the 3-way calls are more popular now after your last training. But the live meetings are not yielding any response.
Okay, so if they're not yielding response, then use mine. So you know all your daily activities all week long, from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is leading to the Thursday night meeting that I do. Right now you have a weekly meeting that you can count on that's going to take place. That's, I hope, is going to be a good meeting. I try to do a good job, but you have something that you're every three-way phone call. You're inviting everything. The people who have enrolled and got on the product and they weren't interested before, you call them to check that they're doing great. Hey, do you know this works on a lot of other things? I'd love to get you on this webinar. You can just listen and you can invite people if you like. And everybody is driving people to Thursday night, right? And on Thursday night, what I'm going to be doing is explaining everything, answering everybody's questions, and I'm going to encourage them to talk to more people, and I'll do it again next Thursday. And I will be talking about April 23rd on every one of these meetings. I'll be talking about. I made sure on my screen, you know, that I could go and, let's see, I'll give you an idea. Let me see if I can find this. 1 second. I may just go do this. My job is to promote this event as being very, very, very special. So I may, let's see. I may go here. Our founders. I may go and talk about that the first time one of the founders is coming to Asia, the very first time, and how fortunate everybody is that that's happening there. I'm trying to see where's, I'm trying, there's a, and I could certainly read that. I was looking to see where the I don't know where, I was looking for the page with all of the presidents and the team and everything, but I don't see it. I don't know why I don't see it. I'll find it. Anyway, but I'm going to promote it to get people there for you. So while you have somebody that says, oh, I can't come on the 23rd, I'm busy. You get them on Thursday, there's a good chance that I'm going to make them break their plans so that they want to come. So my job is to drive people to events. That's your job, is to drive them to events. Then they make decisions. Here's the thing. People generally don't make decisions. They make little decisions one-on-one. People make decisions at events, and they make big decisions at big events. That's why the convention is the biggest one of all. But what's happening there is going to be huge. You know, it's that people will get they feel comfortable making a decision about Asea, right? Whether they're going to put their time into it, who they're going to call, everything else. And knowing that after the event, that next Thursday night, I'm going to be doing a webinar. So everybody knows that. It's like everybody that came, it's like now if everybody that was there invites one person, has one person on that webinar, you'll have 50, 100 people on here, right? 200 people on here.
Yeah. That's very good.
So that I'm lighting a little fire. I'm helping you guys throw a little gasoline on the fires that you light. And then the huge fire, the whole building on fire, is the event on the 23rd. And then after that, I'll just keep throwing gasoline on it for you.
Thank you. So David, I'm quite curious about something that I have not experienced in Singapore, but it seems to be something you guys do a lot. Is this in-home meeting?
Yes.
Because I think that if, let's say, I have a group of people who know each other, they would enjoy an in-home meeting.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe you can explain, like, what are the successful or good ways of doing that?
Sure. And in-homes are great because sometimes people, they get home at night and they're tired, you know, and they don't want to go to a hotel meeting or something. They just want to get home. But your home is more inviting, you know, as long as the home has enough room to have, you know, 5 or 6 little chairs set up. It's big enough, and have a flat screen television, which is good too. You don't have to have that, but if you have a flat screen, then someone can actually zoom in and be
Yes.
a third party validator, right? And it could be anybody that does it, just somebody else that's built up as an expert. So the way we do it is we invite people to our house on an evening, and we tell them, here, arriving at 6:45 in the evening is good, because we start the meeting at 7, and we say we'll have something to eat, right? So if they get there at 6:30, 6:45, nothing fancy, nothing expensive, because you want to keep it duplicatable. Just finger food, things where people will have something to eat, but not extravagant, because then people, if they don't have enough money, they say, well, I can't do this business because I can't buy lobster and steak for dinner. They keep it simple, right? So they start, and at 7 o'clock you start. And the best, that's what we do. So between 7 and 7:30, it's you doing it, right? Because at 7:30, you're going to have an expert kind of zoom in, right? And they can explain a little bit and answer questions and tell people how to get started. So the first 30 minutes is you. And what do you do in the 30 minutes? Well, you start by just welcoming everybody and saying, I want to thank you for coming. Hopefully I'm going to help you, but I can really use your help. I've discovered something incredible. You're going to hear about it now. And people that definitely need this, people that I don't know. And I'm looking to help people, and I'm looking for people to help me share this. Okay, so you've laid it out, right? Now, a couple things you're going to do is you've got the product there, right? And you definitely are going to leverage this, because one of the things that you're going to say is you're going to tell your story, real quickly, what you've seen happen with the product on you and a couple other people, and say it's amazing and it's hard to believe that something could help, all these issues. And you can name the issues. I mean, it's not being recorded. So, I've got some for everybody to taste this, but the topical version's amazing. So I want to focus on this for a little bit, because this is proof. So you can show before and after pictures, right, of pictures you have. And you say, for pain, this is pretty remarkable. And I'm going to play a 6-minute video right now with a doctor in the United States who we work with, who's actually doing a webinar on Thursday evening. I'm going to give you a sheet here that tells you how to access this webinar. Have printed sheets with the webinar listing at 9 p.m. So that they can come if they want to, and they can invite people, and they can meet me, and I can answer questions. But watch this. Now, which video do you play? I would play the 3 times in 5 minutes video, right? Because I say in there, this is the more important product, but it's hard to believe that this can do all that you're hearing. This is very quick. So what do you do with this? And I go through the 3 times in 5 minutes. That's done. That takes 6 minutes. That's done. So you talked for 6 minutes. You play that for 6 minutes. People have questions. You say, look, you're going to get your questions answered, because at 7:30, on this, either on your computer or you have an HDMI cord hooked up to your flat screen, I have someone who's an expert to come and explain this and answer questions. But let me ask you, does anybody here, now that you saw that video, does anybody here have anything in their body that hurts them in any way? Stiffness, knee, back. And that's why it's good to have several people there, because if you have one person that says they have pain out of 3 people or 2 people, and it doesn't work on that person, then everybody's kind of wondering, does it work? So the more, the better. But there's a 90% chance that any one person is going to get a result. So have them rate their pain. Everybody watches, scale of 1 to 10. If it's in multiple spots, or you could have a whiteboard that you could say, okay, Susan, knee pain is a 5 out of 10, and her hand is a 1 out of 10. And you write it down, and it's kind of cool to see it. Joe, Barbara, whatever. And then have them do the 3 times in 5 minutes. And while they're doing that, if you wanted, you could play another short little video while you're doing the 3 times in 5 minutes, a video that explains what the product is. It could be the little cartoon video, whatever. And then by the time you're done with that, 10 minutes has gone by before 7:30. You can ask them, how do you feel? And you can tell them ahead of time. The ones that if you don't see anything happen, you're just going to repeat it again. but it's really cool if one or two people can say, wow, and you go on the whiteboard and you write down, okay, Susan, how's your knee? My pain's gone. You put down a 0. That's an exciting way to do this, and it's duplicatable. Now, if you're going to do in-homes, what I recommend you do is commit to do it 4 weeks in a row. So you're going to do it 3 or 4 weeks in a row, because then you can tell people, look, anybody can do this in their home. And I'm launching this right now, because there's an event coming up, in a couple, 3 weeks. But you can invite people back to my house if you want next week, because I'm going to do it again, the same thing. So if you like what you're seeing here, right? But know that if you want to do one in your house after that, then or before, I'll come help you in your house to do it, and they can do it. Now, some people will have a house that they think is too small, that it's not conducive, or there's too many kids or whatever there. That's fine. They don't have to do it in their house, but it does make it so that anybody can really do this. Does that help?
Yes. Yeah, very good.
And then if you enroll someone in another city, say they're in Hong Kong, but they speak English, or or speak in Chinese, whatever, they can do the same thing. I mean, they can host one in their house, and then you zoom in as the expert. They say, I have Cheryl coming in a bit. She is an expert. She's helped so many people. And one of the things that you can say about anybody that you're edifying in this as an expert is they could say, Cheryl teaches doctors about this, right? That puts you up, wow, she teaches doctors. And think about it. You do. All you have to do is talk to one doctor. No doctors know about this. And you tell them about this and say, doctor, rub this on your bad shoulder, right? It's redox molecules. You just taught a doctor about it. So whenever you're introducing someone as an expert, whether they're on a 3-way phone call or they're at the meeting, always tell them that this person is an expert, and he or she teaches doctors about this, and really a caring, nice person. I'm really glad I'm getting a chance to introduce you. Or if they're coming in on Zoom, thank you so much for coming. I know you're so busy sharing this with other people around the world. Thanks for coming to help us here today. And that's how you introduce the expert. So your guests sit and they're watching, and now they're paying attention, because it's not just your friend that you brought in, it's someone who's an expert. The key is to have a rhythm on these events, and have it a regular event. That's why I do the meeting every Thursday for you guys.
Yeah, it's really helpful.
Yeah, because that way you can count on it. You know it's going to happen. And Europe uses it also. A lot of times we got Europeans there, because I think it's 3 in the afternoon there.
Yes.
But
yeah,
we can do it. We can do more. I mean, when the momentum hits, as long as there are guests, I have no problem doing it. I don't want to put it in my schedule to do it if it's just associates showing up. But if everybody commits to bring at least one guest, that's the target every week, at least one guest, this thing will, think about it, it'll grow. If everybody commits to bring one guest every week, just you all, right? That means there's 6 guests on, because there's 6 of you. You got 6 guests on there, right? The next week, if you commit to bring one guest, you have at least 6, and maybe a percentage of those people brings a guest. This is how it grows the momentum.
Yes.
Okay, what else? What other questions does anybody have that I might be able to help with?
Okay, I have a question about, because we have a lot of friends in Thailand, and one of them has been using the gel. She loves it. So we are trying to persuade her to become an associate, because, then she can market it, right? But I'm just wondering, because in Singapore we are used to telling people about the water and the gel, but how do you what's the approach when you only have the gel or only have skincare?
So when Australia launched, for the first year and a half, they only had the gel. They had no drink. And the gel makes things simpler, honestly, I think. it makes things simpler because with the gel, you can show pictures and you can
Yes.
make pain go away right away. This is more of an investment, right?
Yeah.
One tube of gel costs $40 US. And
Yes.
you can make a believer out of 40 or 50 people with pain with one tube of gel. Where the drink, it could take 1 to 16 bottles to make a believer out of one person, right? Think about that. It's
Yeah.
more money, it's more important product, but this gets people excited.
Yes.
There are people here in the United States who focus on this first. They go in and they're talking to doctors and different people, and they focus on this. They allude to this and they say, we'll get to this later. This is more important, but I need you to know this is real quickly. And if someone is in a place where there are 5 people and 3 have pain, we know that 2 or 3 of them are going to have an amazing result. So don't worry about that there's no drink, all right? The best thing that you can do is this, is get her on the phone, on a Zoom with someone in the upline, and say, look, to whoever it is, say her name is Joni. Joni, I need to do a meeting with you real quick for 5 minutes because I really need your help. And you set up the time and you do a Zoom, and say you have Edwina or Susan or someone on there with you, and you say, great, you good? Yes. There's something happening in Bangkok. This company is about to explode into Thailand. And I have no idea if you're interested in the business side of this, but I need your help. There's a meeting taking place on the 28th in Bangkok. And you could maybe share your screen and say, number one, I want to know who you think needs help with this product, who will be interested in the business, who is entrepreneurial, who do you know is network marketing, because this is the beginning. It's very rare when you're at the beginning of something that's patented. And not only that, this company is serious. The founder of the company is coming. The CEO, the president, everybody is going to get a good understanding of this company and the product. And so you know that this product works. I have Edwina on the line. She is an expert. She teaches doctors about this. She actually flew to the United States to meet these people. They're having a meeting in Singapore. I'm bringing people. But number one, I want to see if you're interested, and number two, who you know. But let you say hello to Edwina first. Let Edwina talk to her, whoever you have on the line, right? That's the way to do this. So you're not pushing the business on her, right? But you're asking her for help. And when you ask people for help, especially if you've helped them already with the product, especially, they should be willing to help you. And they may start asking Edwina questions about the business and so forth. That's what I would do, and try to get her to, and is she in Bangkok or no?
Yes.
Good.
It's Bangkok.
Right? You got 4 weeks. If you do this right now, and talk to her tomorrow, set a time to talk to her. You got 4 weeks. She speak English?
Yep.
Get her on
She's
Thursday.
Filipino.
She's Filipino.
Yes.
Get her. So Edwina will invite her to my webinar Thursday night first, right? So we're not just saying come on the 28th. She's going to say, well, you know what? We work really closely with someone extremely successful in the business, one of the top people in the company. He's a doctor. He's on the medical professionals board, and he's doing this special meeting on Thursday night. Don't say he does it every week.
Yeah.
First, because then she'll say, I'll go next week at 9 p.m. Come on, and you can talk to him. You can ask him questions about anything, right? Mm-hmm. And you build me up as an expert in being very nice and just easygoing or whatever it is, so that they want to come. And you can then Edwina can say, you know that this product works. What have you seen happen with it so far? So she says, have you tried it on other people? No. Did you know that 9 out of 10 people get pain relief with this? No, I didn't know that, or I heard that. Well, you know what? Do you have an interest in the business? Are you interested in making money possibly? Yeah. Well, you know what? Take the gel. There's an idea. Today and tomorrow, try it on as many people as you come across who have pain. Do the 3 times in 5 minutes. Watch what happens. And you can invite them to come to the webinar with Dr. Silverman on Thursday. So remember, it's day-to-day activities leading up to the weekly activity, right? So all week, it's calling people Thursday. Calling people Thursday. Calling people Thursday. And then is April 23rd, and in Bangkok, the 28th. Thailand's going to explode. Thailand is a huge market for network marketing.
Yeah, that's what I know too. Yes.
Huge. It's bigger than Singapore. It's in the top. I think that's number 11. I think in the world. Thailand is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Malaysia and Thailand are big markets.
Yeah, how come we are not doing anything in Malaysia?
We will. There are people doing things in Malaysia. If I were you, if you know people in Malaysia or you know people who have contacts in Malaysia, meet with them,
Yes.
get them to know this. You could call people and say, you know, I got something that you may be interested in, but I need your help because I've made a commitment to do this. And I'm looking for people, I want them to know what this is because you may know people that need this here in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Thailand, in Indonesia. And then they say, well, is it in Malaysia? It's like, not yet, but next year. And Malaysia is a huge market.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's some things that were put in place. I had an initial phone call with a couple gentlemen back in November of 16. One from Malaysia. His name he's a Dato, which is a very respectful term there, you know, and title. And he came over with a gentleman from the Philippines to January 4th of 2017. He came to Salt Lake. I went there and met them. And things have been working all through Asia because of that meeting. And amazing things are going to happen. I can't even tell you how big this is going to get. I mean, when I say it's the beginning, it truly is the beginning. Malaysia is going to be huge. Japan's going to be huge. South Korea is going to be huge. And mainland China eventually is coming. I mean, China's going to come. It's just a matter of when. It honestly won't be till 21, something like that. But Malaysia, I would imagine is going to be in 19. But look, you're fortunate they're focusing on getting everything working perfectly in Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Thailand, and the Philippines before they start expanding into the next 5, which will be next year.
Okay.
So start calling people in Malaysia, get them interested, get them on my webinars. I'll talk about Malaysia. If you just tell me that someone's coming from Malaysia and they speak English, you just tell me. So I make a note that I mentioned something about Malaysia in my presentation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I have my Diamond Mastermind call in about 3 minutes actually. So does anybody else have anything else that I can share? I pasted the webinar that we did with the 6 diamonds in the chat bar. Definitely save that, everybody. I put it on an icon on my desktop because it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, I watched it. It's nice.
Good. I'm glad. Use it. You know, use it for people that's not going to be for people that just want to know the product. But everybody's heart comes through in there. I mean, everybody that talks, their heart comes through, but it's more about why we chose to align ourselves with this business. And some of these people on there were flat broke when they started. Now they're ambassador diamonds, triple diamonds. We're just sharing it. It's a good thing. We're sharing it. We're making money, but we're not focusing on making money, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to see in a minute when I get on my webinar, I'm going to see Denny and Cindy and Tammy and Chuck. And I will tell you that once every, I don't know, 10 weeks or so, there are about 10 of us, I get to invite a guest to come on that for a half an hour to ask questions. And what we've decided as a group that we can invite leaders to come instead of just one person. Edwina, you were on it once, right? Were you on it once?
Yes.
Time ago. We can bring leaders on. So what I think I'm going to do is when it's my turn, I'll give you my date. I'm going to have anybody, and I'll have the Singapore team on. Anybody that's bronze or above can come on. But you'll see all of these ambassador diamonds, presidential diamonds are there, and they're there for you all to ask questions of. And if you can pull together, because instead of being one person who asks 2 or 3 questions and gets feedback from all the diamonds, not everybody, all the bronzes aren't going to be able to ask questions, but they'll all be able to see each other, say hello, and have a list of the top 3 questions that have been pulled together that Susan and Edwina have put together for everybody, and get those questions answered and hear different perspectives, answers, instead of just David Silverman's answers. Okay? I'll let you know when that is. I don't know when my turn is. Let me, maybe I see. Well, let me see. Diamond Mastermind. Let's see when my date is. Sometimes the dates get delayed because there's something special happening, but then it gets pushed back.
My question at the last meeting was, how do I get someone to go to a 3-way call with me? Because that was my obstacle then. I had 10 different tips and I could not finish using it. It is really,
It's very,
yeah. Everyone give a totally different perspective.
yeah.
It's a round robin, finish at me. I was taking notes frantically, I can process, but I have not finished using all the tips. And maybe we don't have that many bronzes, you know. We'll be the same people again.
Well, I'll give.
And we know you're going to spill all those 10 perspectives, yeah, over a coffee, yeah.
I'll spill it to you.
I've got to click off. When I do, I don't think I'll end the meeting. If I do, I apologize. So you all may have a few more things to say. But I will see you. If you need me before Thursday night, excuse me, let me know. And if you have someone you want me to talk to, let me know also. Just shoot me a WhatsApp message, and we'll get it on the schedule, and I can chat with somebody. Okay?
Okay. Thanks so much, David.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
I'm
Have a good
excited
day.
for you.
Stop the recording.
Bye.